as a seller of a home, what is a qualified real estate agent in my area? What do they look like? Who are they?
Yeah. Right, and that's a great thing people don't understand, from the beginning. First of all, how was your experience selling it yourself? Do you feel like you...
Well, it was a long time ago, and I was younger, and I think I had a greater tolerance for some of the stuff.
Right.
But it wasn't easy, and I didn't save a ton of money.
Right.
So I don't. I would not advise doing it again for myself personally.
Well, I always make the promise that I'm going to pay for myself. And that's the way I truly feel. I'm going to pay for myself, whatever it is, the marketing fees, because it's my risk that's out there anyway. Advertising on social media and all the time spent. People have no idea what happens behind the curtain. It's like Disney World, right? You pull it back, you don't want to see who's back there in the Mickey outfit. So, but for choosing a realtor, it's really important that you look and see all the online reviews that people have. And you want to make sure that you go. People call the mega agent, right? Here's the mega agent in our area. Jeff Glover. I'm going to call Jeff Glover, and he's going to show up. And then you see, okay, it's a newly licensed agent. It's an assistant that works for this mega agent that hasn't worked in 40 years, and maybe they're not even alive anymore, right? Maybe it's, I would say that you want to make sure the people who call actually show up. And the biggest thing is personality. We have to gel because we're going to be together for 2 months, 3 months together. When we sit, you want to like my plan, my marketing, and my communication. And we have to gel, and we have to gel personality-wise too, because it is a lot of interpersonal relations, a lot of conversations we're going to have. Some are happy, some not as happy. We're talking about feedback. How am I going to deliver that to you? So start online, start with the reviews. Don't always start with a person that has the most sales, because that person may or may not show up. Interview a couple different agents, right? There are, in an area I work, there's 100 agents per person for the population. That's a ridiculous amount of agents. Well, the reality is that only 3 or 4% of them are out there selling and working with clients.
So being able to tell the difference, how do I know that it's an active agent with a lot of sales versus somebody who might be kind of fluffing their statistics a little bit?
Right, yeah, when you call them, they answer the phone, right? That's it, right? That agent should answer the phone, should get back to you within 24 hours. And if they're not, how are they going to be communicating with you throughout the process, right? If they don't get back to you right away, then they're not going to do that when your home's for sale. And let's face it, it's an immediate society. We want immediate gratification. I want to get my home sold. The other part is I like to tell people all about the value that I'm going to bring, which includes contractors, staging, knowing buyers, what they're looking for in their market. So when you call somebody to list your home, it's important that they're still working with buyers and not only listing homes, because I've seen agents get out of touch with buyers in their own market. So they've been doing it. I've been listing homes for 20 years. That's all I do. Well, how do you know what the millennials want? How do you know the improvements that you could make to your home? I'm going to tell you to do something, paint every wall a grayish color, but maybe adding a Nest thermostat is more what millennials are looking for. They're worried about environmental things. So there's a lot of research that goes. Don't always hire the first person you call or somebody that, a cousin that just got their license. Do your research up front.